What's up, y'all? It's your girl. It is me, Kia Soulstar Riley. And I wanted to hop on here today because some people have been asking me, like, what is Haya and what do y'all be doing over there? And I felt like it was a perfect opportunity for me to be able to explain that and also talk about some of the things that I do on a daily basis that I've built into my routine that have been game changers for me that also align with Haya. So with anything that I ever talk about on here, I want you guys to know that these are things that have worked for me. I am in no way saying, hey, if you do these 8 things, everything's going to be fine. I'm simply saying these are some things over the last couple of years that I have really changed or implemented into my daily routine, and they have truly been game changers for me. Okay, so 5th thing I will say this has helped me a lot is having dry periods. Now, the way I said that, you might think like we're talking about a women's menstrual cycle, but I'm not. I'm talking about being disciplined and almost testing your discipline or your consistency, but saying like, okay, whatever it is that you do, right? You might drink socially and be like, okay, I'm going to have a dry February. You may smoke weed socially and it's like, okay, I'm going to have a dry February for that. X might be your thing, you know, and you may be like, okay, I'm going to be celibate for this amount of time. The reason why these periods of time are important to do because it requires discipline. And when you're not thinking about these things or you're not doing them, it frees your mind to think about other things or to do other activities, right? If you take it away, it forces your brain to think differently. It forces you to socialize differently. It forces you to have different conversations. And that is always good for growth. It's a challenge for yourself, and it really does work on discipline because you may need that discipline to do something else later on down the road. You may need that discipline to leave him, sis, or her, sis, or them, sis. The other thing that I do is I read something every single day. So whether it's an article, if I'm reading a book, graphic novel, because I love me a graphic novel, I read every day. This is important. And I think, especially in recent time, it's kind of like uncool or almost pretentious to read or to be, educated or intelligent. But reading, no matter what it is, helps you with comprehension. And a lot of times too, logic, right? If you're reading a book or even if you're just reading some story, a short story, there's foreshadowing, there's symbolism, there's all these things where your brain has to process the words that are on this, that you're reading, but also be like, dang, what's going to happen? A lot of how we do that when we watch shows or we watch movies, it's intensified when you're actually reading it. You could read a script. You could be like, you know what? I love this movie or I love this show. And you can go find the pilot script and you can read that. It is important to read. I don't care what you read, but you should read every single day because it's going to make you smarter. This is not everybody's cup of tea, but I like to cook. And I like to prepare like my own food, or I also like to make cocktails, okay? Whether they mocktails, cocktails, CBD infused, whatever. It's a form of art, and it's a form of creating for me, but it's very cathartic. It is my jam, and I can also monitor exactly what's going in there. So if I'm like, I don't need to be having no sugar, I don't need no diabetes, I can monitor what I'm putting in my drink. I can monitor what I'm putting in my food, and I know what I'm eating. Cooking for me and cooking regularly and being excited about it has also been a game changer, not only for my mental health, but also for my physical health. And the last thing, number 8, because I know a lot of times people are like, oh, I don't be doing all that, but you should. And that is meditate or do sound baths. Game changer. And specifically when you do them with intention. Okay. So what does that mean? That means like a lot of times people struggle with meditation because they're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to think. My brain won't shut off. Yada. But sometimes you just need a minute. Sometimes you only need 3 minutes to meditate. When I'm meditating, I'm very intentional about what I'm doing it for. Sometimes it is to rest. Sometimes it is just to slow my mind down. Sometimes I need clarity on things. Sometimes I'm trying to manifest. It's a whole bunch of things, but stopping your brain, just sitting with it and allowing your brain to almost reset. And think about it like a computer, okay? And you already know if you keep a computer on every day, every night, every day, every night, you don't restart it, you don't do any of that, sometimes it starts moving slower. Sometimes there's glitches. Your brain is like that. So sometimes you need to restart your brain and shut it down. So those are just some of the things. I would say those are 8 things that I have incorporated into my routine that have truly been game changers over the last couple of years. But I'm curious to know, anybody who's watching this video, what routines or things have you added to your routines that have been game changers for you? Okay? As always, I love y'all. Happiness is a hustle, so hustle for your happiness. Okay, bye.